Hey Kurt, this is Richard Wilson from Mad Shelley Films, and we have a message for you.
This is Mad Shelley Films, and you're listening to Inspirado Projecto Radio.
Did you turn it off? Oh, Marky. You're listening to Marky, the loudest purrer in the Los Angeles County area. Oh my god. It'd be great to put on a show. You just got him sitting backstage. Someone's petting him, but he's got like a little microphone around him, and it just comes out through the amplifier. Oh my gosh! A little motor. Please share your animals. I love the found sounds. I love the sounds of. This is why you'll hear sometimes on my podcast when I'm eating and I'm talking to you. I love the fact that it's both annoying and it's also got this sort of like strange ASMR quality about it. So it's a choose your own adventure kind of vibe. You know, how do you want to receive it? How do you want to receive the vibe? Are you in on the joke with me? Are we in on the joke together? Do we stand outside of the joke? Or do we contribute to the ridiculosity of the joke and find those little nuggets of absurdity and get into that groove? Because once you do, oh my God, it's just the funnest. That's like the whole thing with improv. So anyway, send me your sounds. InspiradoProjecto@gmail.com. Send them in. I'll put them right here into the podcast. As you heard in the last podcast, Heather Phrase sent me her song, All Together All the Time, and I put that into the podcast. So send me your stuff. This is a variety show. I'd love to hear what you got. Send it my way. I just had this idea. Recently on TikTok, they were showing like this movie, this really short movie, with the staircase and everything, and it said shot in portrait mode. Like they're boasting like just how awesome it is to shoot stuff in portrait mode. And I just right now I just had this blast into my brain going, wow, how crazy would that be if they started making movie screens to accommodate portrait mode movies? So instead of the standard, shooting movies 16 by 9, you're shooting them 9 by 16. Is that what it would be? 16 by 9? 9 by 16? Yeah. The opposite way, basically. The opposite way. The time is now 6:20 a.m. The 17th, Monday, Manic Monday. You had the 1 to the 7, you got 8. Infinity, baby. I'm helping out my buddy. I'm going to kind of keep this top secret. I'm helping out my friend. Oh, wait, what do we got here? We got a route change. It's funny, earlier on, I imagined to myself, told me I was going to get there at 11:51. I'm going up to Chico, town of Chico. And about a 7-hour drive. Told me I'd get there at 11:51, and I thought, okay, how does that account for gas, or if I got to fill up, if I got to go to the bathroom, and then I thought to myself, I envisioned that it would shave off, like did I get there like 11:30, and it was interesting because just moments ago it said route change. We found a faster route. And you'll get there, I think it said 17 minutes earlier, yeah. at 11:33. So I'm going to show up there at 11:33. How cool is that? What a beautiful number that is. 11, of course, is the gateway. The gateway. And what's interesting is, if you think about it, wow, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Wowzers. So we got about 224 miles here on 5 North. Be traveling on it. I love it when I see the speed limit go up to 70. Oh, I just love it so much. I just love it. Oh, now it says 55. Oh, all vehicles towing. Okay, all vehicles towing 55 miles an hour. I gotcha. I was thinking earlier about how there are rules, so many rules for everything. Driving, so many rules. Like, I filled up gas earlier and I saw a guy wearing his mask inside his car while he was driving, and I just imagined the kinds of mindsets that are out there that are so strict on following rules, and you just wonder what the motivation is. Is it is it they're fearful of coloring outside the lines? Is it are they fearful of, because if they color outside the lines, because when you're a kid, you color outside the lines, your parents might tell you don't color outside the lines, or a teacher. Those of us who are fortunate enough to not have parents like that, who said, yeah, color wherever you want, have, kind of alters the mind in a different way. However, I just wonder about the motivation. So I just had this idea about about someone who has they're so strict on following the rules. They walk around their house with the mask on, they go to sleep with the mask on, or taking a shower with the mask on, trying to brush their teeth with the mask on, all this stuff. Trying to eat their lunch with the mask on. And I was thinking about how there are always consequences for not doing the right thing, or not doing what you're told. Do what you're told. And there's always consequences for that. But where are the rewards for following the rules that they are demanding? Is that interesting? It always trickles down. Oh, upper management. Oh, that's above my pay grade. There's always that upper, how high up to the top does it go? Who's making the decisions for these people? Who's making the decisions? Can't help but wonder. Remember, there's a filtration process that happens between when an event happens and when and how that news travels. Oh my God, there's a huge water tank out here, and there's a wizard painted on it, standing in front of a field of various crops, vegetables, wheat, and whatnot. And it says, the magic of water. How beautiful is that? The magic of water. So, something on TikTok I saw. Something I saw on TikTok was, I saw this on 2 different accounts. You can't help but wonder who's plagiarizing what accounts. As soon as I started doing my earthquake house videos, which, by the way, if you're on TikTok, check out Inspirado Projecto. I'm on TikTok. I got a bunch of videos up there. I'm also on Instagram, too, under Inspirado Projecto. I've been finding myself just really getting more creative on TikTok. There's just such a wide array of possibilities. I love it. I loves it. See what? But ever since I started doing that, ever since I started doing my earthquake house videos with the clones in the house, I started seeing a lot more accounts with sort of clone situations with people. It's very interesting, very interesting. So, two things that I saw on TikTok was, and they're just told through different sources, was the idea of basically having a notebook and saying, "Thank you, universe, for giving me this," rather than writing down a wish list. Oh, I hope to get that someday. That is the idea of like separation, of lack, of I'm way over here, it's way over there. By the way, I'm passing through what I believe might be the area in Twin Peaks season 3 where Dale Cooper and Diane drive. I'm seeing these metal, those big metal things. I always thought that they kind of looked like robots. They carry the telephone lines. Big, tall metal things. These ones out here look just like the electric, the ones that they show in Twin Peaks Season 3. I wonder if this is the area where they filmed. That'd be interesting. So have a notebook, and that's going to be your spell book, so to speak. So you're spelling out. It also helps to say it out loud. It helps out big time to say it out loud, because that vibration is carried. Just like radio signals. Those radio signals, they say those keep going out into space. Our radio signals travel. So, that's why with any of those movies that you see where people are casting spells and they're saying this stuff out loud, whoa. Okay, sorry about that, guys. What the hell? Alright, I'm setting cruise control. Wow. Can't believe you go almost 80 miles an hour out here. So yeah, in the book, this is great, man. Just fields. This makes me want to listen to Sting. Bum bum bum, but fields of gold. As we walk in fields of gold. What a great album. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum-bum. As we walk in fields of gold. So the sun is starting to come up over there. Wow, the sun is rising. Oh, I loves it. I loves it. The sun rising. Sunrise in your eyes. On earth. You're the biggest part of me. Stay the night. All my life. This is crazy. If I go a steady 78 miles an hour, this says that out of this tank of gas that I have here, I'll actually travel 460 miles. I can get 460 miles out of this tank of gas. This is crazy. Oh my God. It was interesting. When I filled up earlier and I was just driving around town going, 30 miles an hour, 35, it said that I would have 300 miles. Now I'm saying I got 460 miles, and I am cruising, man. I think it's 700 miles to get to Chico. Hola, Chico, Loco. 700 miles away. Wow, now it's saying I'm going to get 470 miles. It's interesting. Wow. Huh. That's cool. That's really cool. So in this book, in this spell book, you write down to the universe. Thank you for this, as if it already happened. And you just let it take its course. Talk about manifestation. So I thank the universe for safe travels. There and back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm yawning, baby. I woke up at 5. And now we're passing the fields of cows. As I see the fields of cows. Man, I always feel bad when I just see these fields of these cows. They're out there just on dirt. Such close proximity, hanging out with each other. Wow, man. Wow, man. So you write down, that's your spell book. Try it. See what happens. Write out the things. Write them down. Write them down. What's interesting is during this quarantine, during this pandemic, everyone was just kind of worried about themselves. They're not really, like, before quarantine, there's just a lot more selfies going around. Look at this cool thing I bought. Here's this place I'm traveling. Now it's kind of happening. It's starting to happen a little more because people are getting out there doing stuff. But it was interesting because no one was paying attention. Because there wasn't that attention. There wasn't necessarily the audience. There's just less of it. There's less of it. Oh, horsies! Oh, look at it, horsies! There are 4 horses in that being driven. Oh, wow, man! Ah, what sweet animals! Sweet animals! Sweet animals! As I drive past fields of cows. Oh. I woke up at 4, and then the mission was to leave at 5. I think I left at like 5:10. We got a renegade. We got a renegade riding my tail. We got a renegade riding my tail. Renegade, I better not fail to speed on up and let them pass me by. I see a renegade on my tail, renegade on my tail. I better not fail to speed on up as it gets on closer to me. 'Cause I don't want them to smash my... 'Cause I don't want them to smash the back of my car. Luckily, I'm wearing my seatbelt so I wouldn't fly very far. I said I got a renegade on my tail, a renegade. I better not fail to speed on up. So it doesn't crash into me. So it doesn't crash into me. Yes, so it doesn't crash into me. You got a renegade on my tail, renegade. I better not fail to speed on up. Sacramento 275. Whoa, is Sacramento close to San Francisco? Looks like... Should have remembered what they just said there, but it looks like San Francisco is close to Sacramento. You got a renegade driving on my tail. So get that spell book, write down your spells. That's my advice to you. And may you be rewarded for doing the best you can with what you got. You got my stamp of approval. I was thinking of businesses that particularly want to make sure their employees work harder or stay in a fearful mindset. They hire what they call insecurity officers. And the insecurity officers are there right at the door first thing as soon as every employee goes right through the door, and the insecurity officer is there ready, reared up, ready to go, to let everyone know how far they have yet to get to their goal. So they'll be like, okay, here's your daily reminder to let you know that you're still very far from where you want to be. Here's another daily reminder that your haircut is just not working for you. Here's another daily reminder to let you know that those shoes fit your feet a little strange. Just to let you know, this is your daily reminder to let you know that you did not send enough faxes yesterday. You need to do better today. Here's another reminder. To let you know that no matter how hard you work today, you just might still not satisfy your boss. And so that's all they do. Just to get in the back of their brains. Are you sure you're doing good enough? Just always questioning their motivations. Are you absolutely certain that your instincts are actually, they're actually leading you the right way? So yeah, the insecurity officers, they're always there to help every corporation get the most out of their workers.
Okay, so Kurt, a while ago, in fact, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, I was able to organize a podcaster panel. We did a Zoom call. There were 4 or 5 of us on the call. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but I would love to organize another one and have you be part of the mix. So let's talk and figure it out. I did it on Zoom, and I was able to put it on to YouTube. Oh my goodness. I don't think I ever transferred the audio to the podcast. I'm not sure. I have to go look. How does time go so quickly? Time is irrelevant. That's what I'm often saying. But you know what? When I try and refer to my podcast and I didn't do it, oh dear. Okay, goodbye. I gotta go check.
Maria, I'm just now getting around to hearing this message, which I realize in our recent interview, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we could have talked about that had I heard this message earlier. Yeah, I would absolutely love to do a podcast panel. I would love to. It's always fun to share the perspectives of the podcasters, what drives them to do what they're doing, how they came up with the names of their shows. Those were some great questions you asked me. Which, by the way, folks, if you're listening to this, go check out on Facebook, Maria Humphreys, Strong Body, Strong Soul. Check out Strong Body, Strong Soul. She recorded through Zoom. Let's see. How do we do that? Oh, yeah. We broadcasted simultaneously through Instagram Live and also through Facebook Live. She and I talked through Zoom. So somehow she hooked up this tech. She's a wonder of technology. She's got all the bases covered. All the social networks. You can find her on YouTube. She teaches meditation, levitation, all kinds of cool stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she were astral projecting right now, astral traveling right now, sitting next to me on the couch as I was saying this. I would not be surprised. So go check out her podcast, Strong Body, Strong Soul. And yes, Maria, I would absolutely love to do one of those podcast panels. Yeah, I'm honored to think that that I qualify for someone who knows anything about podcasting. Oh man, what is my advice? What really is my advice? That's the big question. It's on everyone's mind. Oh man, I always call it's the sloppy man's way of. For me, it's the lazy person's way of podcasting. That's it in a nutshell. It would be interesting to see what would happen if I plotted out each episode. For instance, a lot of the material that's in this podcast episode is from a different time frame. It's just a time travel. It's you quantum leap here and there and everywhere. And you bring along with you the wisdom and the knowledge and the trinkets of information and excitement and experimentation. You bring back those stories and you share them with the village. In this case, the village is those who are listening. Is you, dear listener, who are listening. Are you in France? Are you one of the people listening to this podcast in France? That just baffles me. If you live out there in France, Virginia, you too. You've been listening to me a lot. You up there in Northern California, you've been listening to me a lot. You've been listening to this podcast. I would love to hear how you even came across this podcast. That would just tickle me. I would love to hear your story. Yes, I'm talking to you. And yes, I'm talking to you too, Maria. I would love to do a podcast panel. Say that 10 times fast. I'll talk to you later. Sayonara. I saw a sign for something that said COVID energy classes, and then it made me think of COVID energy glasses. And then I just thought of energy glasses. And because I've just been seeing so many billboards on this road trip, and it started making me think of, so when someone's got the energy glasses on, just like they live, they see, sure, they'll see obey, they'll see consume. However, I'm imagining they see the full thing of its truth. They see, let's say, for instance, they see a McDonald's sign, okay? Instead of McDonald's, maybe we call it ick molds, or something like that. And then its logo is IC, IC, ick molds. And so it's just, instead of an M, it's an IC. And you see, like, maybe it's just like you see the GMOs being sprayed on whatever it is. You see it manufactured in a lab. You see the chemistry. You see the people coming up with the tastes. Like, oh wow, that tastes just like a hamburger meat. Maybe they show like the marketing and research. So it's kind of like a quick series of photos, quick edited stuff. And I thought of an interesting word or a movie called Womannequins, and it's women who have like gotten plastic surgery such to the extent that the like they call it plastic surgery, but let's say it's actual plastic, such to the extent that they, like that lady who whatever gets those those waves to make her dumber, so she's more like Barbie. I'm thinking of something like that, Womannequins. So it's like this, like maybe it's a weird post-apocalyptic future where these women, are just so fully, fakely created. Heck, maybe that's one of the things that the energy glasses see. Oh, but yeah, before that I was thinking of COVID energy glasses, where you got these glasses on and you could see if someone has COVID or not. Or maybe whatever disease. Maybe you click the things in and it shows you. It shows you their energy signature. It's like, oh, they got, they got herpes. They got diabetes. So the energy glasses, it kind of helps you see these things. Among other things. So, you're actually seeing the truth of what's up in the billboard. So let's say, for instance, if they show, like I just saw a car dealership billboard, it shows, the actual truth of how they screwed people over. It shows, and then it shows like what's going on in the news, like the actual real life thing that goes on behind that. What were some of the other things that had popped in my brain? Energy glasses, wool mannequin. I'll say the others when I can remember. But I was thinking of like what would be some other great billboards, like what would be a good Disney one, for instance, and then you see like what's going on behind the scenes of Disney. They said that a lot of kids disappear at Disney, and then on top of that you see the good stuff that's going on behind a certain building or a certain structure that's there or a statue that's there that like people are just walking past every day. So it's showing you, it's giving people like a truth of what's going on. How that thing came to be. You see the domino effect. Maybe that's what it's called, the domino effect. I don't know. Domino effect. We'll come up with something. I saw two astounding billboards while I was driving here. One was for robot surgery. We have the best robot surgery, I think it said in the world or something. And it looked like something out of Star Wars when that thing goes in there to torture Princess Leia. We'll have robots fix your face. And it just like vivisects it. These little forceps and scalpels. Then I saw another sign that said teledentistry. And I just imagine what that would be like for the person to be trying to do their own dentistry on their own face while they're trying to talk to their dentist over the phone, over FaceTime. It's like, okay, all right, okay, now hold that molar there with this. Can you get your sister to hold the phone for you? Oh, good, yeah, okay, yeah. You're going to need both hands for this. Now, use that instrument there. Yeah, yank on a molar. Okay, use this other one. Chisel it away. And, and then, like, the dentist is asking them for confirmations and stuff, like, okay, what does it look like in there? And the person's like, oh, well, okay, all right, so just that thing, I want you to move that to the of your face, and then exactly. Exactly. It's only if they don't have FaceTime. Dentists must have gotten pretty used to a lot of grunts and groans, a lot of mumbling, gurgling, mumbo jumbo, and mumble jumble, blah blah blahs, yada yada yadas. And I'm sure they could translate a lot of different ways of communicating with dental instruments in your mouth. I always thought that was so funny. Like, they'd be asking me questions and like pulling my gums up, and I mean, it's a very vulnerable spot to be in. Ah, man. So robot surgeons, keep that in mind, robot surgeons, and teledentistry. Two very good items to have in your corner when you're against the ropes. All right, so characters, a family called the Alphabets, and they each have just a letter for their name, and that's the way that they talk. They pretty much only use mostly that letter, words with that letter in it. So the letters could be at the beginning of the sentence. Letters could be at the end of the sentence. It can make for great, for people who love vocabulary. Wow. So it's like Russell Edson meets. Oh, yeah. Russell Edson meets Richard Brautigan. Gosh, I gotta get back into reading some more Brautigan. Brautigan.
Here's your fun fact. Cliff Clavin makes a cameo in Empire. Cheers and Toy Story actor John Ratzenberger has a brief appearance in Empire Strikes Back. He's the one who tells Han not to go out into the cold to look for Luke. Then he sits down for a beer with Norm. How about that? Stay tuned to Inspirado Projecto for more fun facts.
Thank you, Henry D. Horse, for that extraordinary fun fact. Henry D. Horse sends in these fun facts from time to time, and we are just honored to be the exclusive podcast, Inspirado Projecto, to be able to put those out there. I don't know if you folks listening, have watched Cheers, but man, that is an extraordinary show. Give yourself the opportunity of watching Cheers. I had no idea. There are so many interesting myths and stories surrounding Star Wars. I just think that's fantastic. Who the heck? Maybe Ted Danson shows up as a creature somewhere. Anyway, back to the road trip. Thanks for listening, folks.
Mr. Buttonwillow, we have reason to believe you've been stealing from the company bubblegum. Is this true?
Well, I don't deny it.
So that means you stole from the company bubblegum.
I don't deny it, but I do plead the fifth.
Well, now you're outright lying, aren't you?
I wouldn't say that. I plead the fifth.
I just saw a sign for Harris Park. I thought it'd be kind of cool if there was it's called Ferris Park. just wide open field filled. Wide open field filled with Ferris wheels. Just filled with them. That's all they got. Kind of like those fields. Hey guys, come out to my Ferris park, okay? Come out to Ferris Park. You gotta see my fields and the field. The field is filled. Guys, check this out, okay? This really cool thing here, guys. My Ferris Park is filled. The field is filled, okay, guys? With the Ferris wheels, the biggest ones, the tiniest ones for 3 people, okay? 3 people. This is as low as we go. We'll go 1 person, okay? And then we'll have Oslo sit on the other side to make sure that everything is really nice and balanced, okay? We have the large ones, we have the wide ones, we have the skinny ones, we have the crooked ones, we have the squiggly ones, we have the ones that go upside down even if you are not expecting it, okay? So hold on tight to your money clips and all the coins in your pockets, okay, guys? You're gonna want to save those tokens to buy your restaurant meals later, okay, guys? Trust me, guys, okay, guys? My fields are filled with the Ferris wheels, okay? Lots of those Ferris wheels all over the fields. Filled in these fields, you will love it, guys. Trust me, guys. This is something you're gonna really want to write home to the kids about. Okay, guys? Trust me. This is the kind of A1 priority type of stuff you're gonna want to tell your friends and all of your families. Okay, guys? Look, they're gonna want to party down with you, okay? These are the people who are gonna look at what you're saying and they're gonna say, hell, wow, I'm really partying down here, guys. So, one of the most important things here to remember, guys, is that my fields are filled with Ferris wheels. Zippity-doo-dah, guys. Zippity-yay, okay?
Whoa, okay, I just got off in the street. I'm stopping at a mobile here, and I saw a sign that says, 17 miles to Pumpkin Center. That's the name of a town, apparently. Pumpkin Center. How interesting is that? Where do you live? Oh, I reside in Pumpkin Center. Oh, so kind of like James and a Giant Peach, you live in the middle of a pumpkin? Yeah, that's what I said. I live in a pumpkin center. Oh, I got you. While you're in there, can you whip me up a pie with whipped cream?
It's now 12:41. The 18th. I just dropped off the rental car that I borrowed. Oh, I got my Uber guy coming up here soon. I'll be here shortly. And then I have, I believe I'll be interviewing Raven Feather at about 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm supposed to have a call with Heather Phrase at 2 p.m. She's Chicago time. She suggested 2 p.m. However, I didn't realize that she might have meant 2 p.m. Chicago time, at which point I cannot talk to her right now for obvious reasons. There are so many high vibrating people. Just
Hey, man. Good. So how long you been working today so far?
Right now?
Yeah.
About 7 hours maybe.
Oh my gosh. How many hours a day do you usually work?
Usually I do like 8 to 10 hours.
Holy moly. That's quite a bit of driving.
Yeah.
How often do you would you be able to turn down this music a little bit? I just want to hear what you're saying better. So how often do you work? Do you work every day?
Yeah, I do.
10 hours every day driving? Oh my gosh. So what tricks do you have to let's say how do you not have road rage? What are some tricks you use to not get frustrated with crazy drivers and stuff?
It's very hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to deal with. Sometimes some riders are very rude.
Oh, geez.
Or very they want to do make us to do something illegal. Like, you know what? Make a U-turn right here. If you don't want to, they got mad.
That is crazy. So they expect you to just...
Yeah, they only care about them, you know?
Right.
Not all of them, but yeah, there's some that are very rude and they want to direct you. I mean, okay, I'm going to direct you. I want you to do this or do illegal things. Yeah, broken the traffic laws.
Oh, geez. Why do you suppose people... I've always wondered about this. Because, you'll see people usually rude to people in the restaurants, working in the restaurants, or the people who are taxi drivers or Uber drivers. Why do you suppose that's something that's in people's brains? Why do you think that maybe they treat people like that bad?
I don't know, maybe because they feel higher than you, maybe, or I don't know, maybe because they think they are better than you, I don't know.
So they're trying to, maybe that's their little way of trying to feel superior in some way?
Superior like you, yeah, I think so. I never, let me. If they got rude, I just ask them to get off.
Yeah. No, that's a good method. Because they're probably not used to that, They're probably not used to you just someone standing up to them and going, hey, come on, don't treat me that way.
Yeah. I'm not going to let anybody screaming or yelling to me,
So what do you do when you're not Uber driving? What kind of hobbies or what do you like to do outside of Uber driving?
Spend the time with my little boy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you ever take time off? Do you get a chance to take time off work to hang out with him?
Usually I take the Sundays off.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I work Monday through Saturday.
Oh my gosh, Monday through Saturday for 10 hours a day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how many times a day do you get a chance to eat?
I don't eat at all.
You don't eat at all?
Just
What the
when
heck?
I get home.
I hope you at least have a bottle of water with you or something. Oh my gosh.
I have not even water.
What? You're like a monk.
Because if I drink water, I need to go pee.
Oh, that's
and
very
I lost
true.
My time.
So 10 hours you go without water,
Yeah.
you go without food for 10 hours?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It is, man, but you gotta pay the bills,
Oh my gosh. You're just like a monk, like those guys who go up on the mountains and then they meditate for, with no food or water. That's just like you, except you're driving.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard sometimes.
Boy, oh boy.
You gotta... you don't want to waste your time and go to pee or go to eat something.
Yeah.
Because you don't make that very good money right here. It's not true that you make thousands or something like that. It's very hard. It's very hard to make good money right here.
I think it would be fair for them to pay you drivers, more money. I think it would be important if they paid you more money. They make a lot of money off of you guys.
They do, especially Lyft. Sometimes they keep 75% of the fare, that the rider has to pay.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
So you play with your little boy, what? I mean, do you guys paint? Do you guys throw the ball around? Do you guys what do you guys like to do?
What do you mean? I mean,
When you're hanging out, like what kind of hobbies do you guys do?
just go to the park, to the movies, you know.
So what, have things changed drastically? Because I don't have a family, so I'm curious what it's like for families during this time.
Yeah, it's changed everything, man. Now we don't go out, we just stay home. You know, if we want to buy food to eat at home.
Does he play video games?
Yeah, they play video games, but not. I don't let them play that much, you know.
No.
They have only time.
Do you ever play video games with him?
I don't like to play games.
No?
No, I don't.
It's what's interesting about video games is that I grew up playing video games, and it helped me so much with critical thinking. You know, there's that skill, critical thinking, where it kind of helps you become sort of a detective and to figure things out really good, you know, and to have faster reflexes. And so it's an interesting teacher. It's an interesting teacher in a way.
I think so, but I never liked to play any game.
No, you never tried?
Yeah, no, never.
Not even the pinball games like back in the arcades?
No, never.
Oh my gosh, holy cow.
I like to play soccer. You know,
oh yeah, soccer's great.
Like other kind of sport, like other kind of games.
What's
not like a machine.
What's your favorite position for soccer?
Anyone. I mean,
any of them? It doesn't matter? So hold on, you're telling me you're okay with being the goalie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would never want to be a goalie. I think those guys are the bravest guys on the field because they got to have they're getting these balls kicked
hard.
at them, and you can get very injured if you know what I'm saying. You know, if they kick it in the wrong spot, you're like, oh, man down. So you've been a goalie before, playing soccer?
Yeah, goalie, you know, like a defender or...
Defender, that was my favorite position. When I was growing up, I loved being the defender. I loved defending the goalie. It was so great. It's like, nope, you're not getting past me, bub. It was just so cool. So, defender. Have you ever done a bicycle kick?
Yeah.
You have? Where you go over, where you fly backwards and you kick the ball over your head? Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do that, but I just wasn't brave enough because I think I was afraid of cracking my neck or something.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you need to know how to do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can hurt yourself, you know?
They got to have classes on teaching people how to do the perfect bicycle kicks.
Yeah.
You don't hurt yourself. Yeah, it takes so much skill. I used to live out in Chicago, and I worked in room service, and they had the World Cup out there. And the Spanish soccer team was staying at our resort, and it was crazy because that was for, I don't know, maybe a week or something. And I would take up breakfast to these radio announcers. And so these guys are doing the radio announcing live, you know, while I'm walking in the room, and they got the soccer games playing on TV, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like this would be so crazy if they hear, you know, I better not spill anything, I better not trip on the carpeting or anything, you know, because that's going to end up on their broadcast.
Yeah.
But it was so cool to just know, wow, this is great. We got these Spanish soccer players here. What else do you like doing besides soccer?
No, I don't think I don't. I mean, watch movies. That's all on TV.
You just watch movies a lot?
I love to watch the games, soccer games.
Mm-hmm. What are some of your favorite movies? What kinds do you like the most?
Sci-fi.
Oh, the sci-fi. Oh, yeah, me too. Do you like the Star Wars series?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, it's so good.
You know, like movie, like this one, the Predator.
Oh, Predator.
Yeah, Predator.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh yeah. The good old. Are you talking about the original one, the 1980s one? Yeah. Oh yeah.
The one that was with.
Oh yeah, and Jesse Ventura was in there too.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura. He had the crazy Gatling gun, and he just mows down the forest. Oh my God. Yeah, those were some good ones back in the day with Chuck Norris. Remember when Chuck Norris, the MIA
Chuck
series?
Norris, yeah.
A lot of explosions in those movies.
You remember Rambo?
Oh yeah, Rambo. Rambo was great. Who was the other guy? Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Remember him?
Yeah, he has very good movies.
Yeah, he was a good action star back in the day. Oh gosh, yeah, all those movies with the big explosions and those are just the craziest movies. There's a documentary. I hope it's still on there. There was a production company called Canon, and those were the guys that would make those action movies a lot. Those guys were from Israel, and they came over to America, and they wanted to make American movies, and so they thought that Americans really liked explosions and a lot of guns, and so that's why a lot of their movies were that kind of material, and they were the ones who would put Chuck Norris in there. Oh, and also.
You know which one also?
Which one?
Aliens.
Oh, Aliens. Oh, yeah. With Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, those were, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was terrifying. Those things popping out of your belly all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then it was a mouth with a tiny mouth inside. A little tiny mouth inside the mouth. You're like, oh no, that's, if that's not scary enough, here's this. And then a little tiny one comes out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Aliens movies. Did you ever see the movie Escape from New York? Did you ever see that one?
Yeah,
it's an old one from the 80s. Escape from New York.
It's about what?
Kurt Russell was in it. Oh, so basically New York, it's in the future. And I just finally saw this 2 days ago. So the idea is that the Manhattan Island is surrounded by these big walls, and it's kind of a prison. And it's just basically they make the whole island like one big prison. So it's all these bad people, and nobody can get out. But what happens is the president accidentally crashes inside of there, and then they send in Kurt Russell. They call him Snake Plissken. They send him in there to save the president. And so just a bunch of just crazy people with cars with, crazy strange cars and all these machine guns. And it's like one of those post-apocalyptic worlds. But yeah, he's got an eye patch on. I think he might...
Escape from New York.
Yeah, Escape from New York. You might like that one.
I'm gonna try to find it. There's Netflix? No.
It's on. I think it's on. Do you have Amazon Prime?
No, I don't.
By any chance? Let's see. Yeah, search for it on Netflix. It might be on there. But I think you like that one. Oh yeah, right here. This is the one on the left side here with the green. Thank you so much for the ride. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Have a good day, man.
Thanks, you too. Take care. Bye. You too. So that was cool. You never know what people are up to when they're living life outside of the occupation that they have. Every person has a life outside their occupation.
Hi, this is Jay Aaseng from Twin Peaks: The Return. You're listening to Inspirado Projecto.